The lights are off and away they go.
Extremely loose. He's managed to hold on and they get.
He missed the complete. He's crazy stuff.
Side Freitas is on the grass on the infield before. He sliced through. He tags Richard Eck.
Sam Cooke famously sang "Another Saturday Night and I Ain't Got Nobody." Well, Sam must not have known about the Bootleg Racing League, because every Saturday night the Lawrence Towing Outlaw Modified Series visits a short track somewhere in America, and on this Saturday It's Martinsville Raceway for the Outlaw 100. And on this Saturday, it's Martinsville Raceway for the Outlaw 100. Lead the same line twice, round 4 of 11 on the 2017 spring schedule. And all the racing from Pace Lap to Victory Donuts can be seen live as it happens here on the Global Sim Racing Channel. A big Old Dominion hello and welcome from the mother of all residents, the Commonwealth of Virginia. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of broadcasting today. Soup and Crackers together again for another GSRC broadcast. I'm Bill Soups on. He's him, Sean Crackers Ambrose. Chris Scala is on assignment, and we'll be back next time. Turning the knobs and pushing the sliders is the hardest working man in sim racing broadcasting, Joe Peak. And at his disposal is the camera location provided by Ansel Adams of iRacing, Dougie Beard. This quarter-hour streaming award-worthy pre-race show will count us down to the green flag when our field of SK Modifieds are turned loose into the first corner for this 50-mile contest. So bring cyberspace into your place. Sit back and enjoy 100 laps of simulated short track excitement that will be streaming into your home. Okay, viewers, bootleg tradition calls for us to open the season at Martinsville. Crackers, I was here for the season opener, prepared to eat my traditional Martinsville bootleg meal, kraut dog, my potato salad, and some Junior Johnson Midnight Moonshine to wash it down. And then I found out the season opener wasn't at Ridgeway, Virginia, but rather Hampton, Virginia at Langley. Hey, not to be denied. My meal, no way. I'm back. And it's time, this time, we are at Martinsville.
Yes, sir, we are, Soup. It is Saturday night, and well, Soup, I've got you, buddy. And I've got the Bootleg Racing League here at Martinsville. This half-mile track, all right, it's just over a half mile. There's some change involved there. 0.526 miles. This is a classic. Yes, something found, looks a little bit like something found in your top desk drawer. This is the old paperclip, folks. Been here for a really long time. They've been racing modifieds here since the 50s. Tonight we're going to have a lot of fun here for 100 laps of SK modified action. Let's jump on board the GSRC SK modified for a couple of hot laps around Martinsville Speedway.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Global Sim Racing Channel. I'm Brian Yazek, taking you for a spin around Martinsville Speedway in the GSRC SK modified. Martinsville is a fun little track, better known as a paperclip. Gives these guys a lot of fun rubes to run, and always puts on a great show. But you're always going to be hunting for that yellow rumble strip down there on the bottom. Braking marker, probably about that Chevy sign on the wall. You can really dive this car in deep. Let it float to the bottom, back onto the gas, all the way out. Aim for that kind of restart zone. Marker on the wall, leave it be. Back down into turn one. Float in just a little bit, cut it through the middle, and hard onto the gas right about halfway through the corner. Back out, and once again, aiming for that Chevy sign there. Back onto the brakes, taking a more direct route into turn 3 versus floating it in 1 and 2. That's just driver preference. Some guys might do the same on both ends. Back down here again into turn 1. Float in the middle, kind of letting it rotate a little bit better as the run progresses. You don't want to get on the binders too hard or else the car will get real snappy just like that. All it has to do is step out just to unnerve you or ruin your day. Back out to the start-finish line straight, across the line, back down into turn 1. Here we go, floating it through the middle, letting it rotate, bite, back onto the gas, back out of the corner, aiming for the wall, not to hit it. And then back down into turns 3 and 4 for the final time today. Floating through the middle, back onto the gas, out of the corner, across the line, and that is going to complete our track guide around the Martinsville Speedway in the GSRC SK Modified. I'm Brian Yazek. Enjoy the show.
Okay, there's a recorded lap around Martinsville, and thanks to Joe Peak for doing that. Now, Sean, I'm looking up there. This is a place where we usually do an interview. Are we doing an interview today?
Yes, sir. We've got our old friend downtown, Ernie Brown, driver of the Frankenstein Racing, number 9. Ernie, how you doing, buddy? The number 8. I'm sorry, I put 9 in my script. I know better than that.
I'm doing all right, man. How about you guys?
Man, we're doing wonderful. It is 72 degrees on track this evening. Not a lot of grip in the trucks in the race before this. What's it feel like in the modified?
Yeah, it's about the same. It's slippery. It seemed like in the truck race, about halfway through the race there, the outside started coming in a little bit, but that lower lane, it just stayed slick all night.
You know, in the street stock race, the first race of the evening, we did see some running up there on that outside line. Do you think maybe we'll get enough rubber up on the top side to see you guys maybe do some attacking from that vantage point?
I'm hoping so. Otherwise, it's just going to be follow the leader. It's Martinsville. It's going to be a little bumping and running, but you don't want to necessarily have to do that. And I'd rather get on the outside and race with the guy.
Well, Ernie, this Martinsville, this is the place where we always come and make friends. Will you be making any friends tonight?
Oh, it's very doubtful.
Gotta love Ernie.
Ernie, who's the shortest driver in the league?
Man, I don't know. I'll just reserve comment. How's that?
Okay. All right. We'll let you take the fifth on that one. Hey, Ernie, I really hope we get a chance to talk to you back on the podium, buddy. Go out there and get him.
All right, guys. Thank you, and thank Lowell and Matt and Lawrence Towing for doing what they do. And hopefully we'll get back up here tonight, guys. Y'all have a good one.
Okay, you too, Ernie. And that interview was brought to you by Lawrence Towing. They service Indianapolis and the surrounding areas. Contact them at 317-972-9651. If you find yourself in need of a tow.
Lawrence, go for it. I just wanted to join in. Come on.
No. All right, in chorus. And 1, 2, 3.
If you find yourself in need of a tow,
Lawrence
Towing is the way to go. There you go.
That was terrible. Jeez.
Our director telling us to knock that off. Hey, Ernie and I have a date to see each other in our joint in our barber about 3 years from now. So, Ernie, it's a date, buddy. We'll see you there. Sean, I've been following this series. Looks like you had a humdinger one last time out at Stafford.
Boy, we really did, Soup, and it came down to the final laps of the race. But Matt Hoos having quite a season. Your big winner takes it away from J.R. Shepard there at the end of the race, and it was a pretty big win there last week, and it was close. It was really close. It came down, like I said, to the final lap, but Matt Hoos comes away victorious, and well, that probably gives us a pretty good lead into the points, my friend.
Absolutely. Why don't you run those down? Of course, Hoos is going to be starting at the back here. Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, let's do that, in fact, because it now shows Matt Hoos, technically, if the season ended, he'd win on the tiebreaker because he's got himself a couple of wins to J.R. Shepard's 1. They're tied up there at the top with 40 points. And Matt LaVenture, he's here. Okay. Matt LaVenture's here, sits there 4 points back in third. Donnie Moore just 9 points back. The top 5 all still really very much in striking distance. Soup. Lowell Jewell, the boss, sitting there in fifth. It's going to be a good battle this season as we get here to round 4 tonight. Just about to hit the halfway point, and everybody's still in striking distance. And Matt Hoos having himself quite a season, Soup.
Quite a season, and I think we'll see him on the. He's got a win here at Martinsville.
He does. Back in the winter of 2016, Matt racked one up here. There's been a couple of guys named Matt to win here. Matt Shinosky, a 2-time winner. Matt LaVenture, a winner back in the fall of last year. And, the defending winner, J.R. Shepard, well, we know where he'll probably be towards the end of the race. So, as you can see there by the past winners, we've got a couple of, not just a couple, but several guys in the field tonight who really, really love this track. And Soup, I can't wait to get started this evening.
Well, let's do that. We've been looking at the past. Let's go ahead and look what's coming up. Talk about the race details.
All right, and we are running the wonderful SK, the iRacing SK Modified this evening under the iRacing fixed setup here for Martinsville. We will invert the top 10 from last week's finish. That'll mean Matt Hoos will be starting from the back of the field. We're not from the back of the field, but in 10th spot. Now, this will be 100 laps this evening. Going to be just a little over 50 miles. You get one fast repair if you need it. If you bang her up, you'll get a chance to bring it in and get that repaired one time. You don't get any tires, though. You can't put the car up on the jacks because if you do, you'll be penalized and disqualified from the race. So, incident cap, there is none to worry about, but there is a review team that does look at incidents if they are seen. And Soup, when we have the yellow tonight, when we get restarted, it'll be a double file restart. It's the iRacing dynamic weather. What does that mean? It's partly cloudy, 65 degrees, and as I said to Ernie, 72 degrees on track, Soup. It is actually a really, really good temperature and condition here for some great racing out of these SK Modifieds tonight.
And one of the things that I continue to preach about when I get to do one of these bootleg series is the inverted grid that connects each race to the last one. So if we go back and talk about what happened in that last race where it was Hoos, right, and J.R. Shepard in the battle, those guys are tied in the points, Sean. That means that our 2-point leaders are going to be starting from the 5th row. That's just beautiful.
Yeah, but you think about all the wins that J.R. Shepard has racked up over the last 2 seasons. That means he started at the back of the pack for half of those seasons. You know what I mean? You think about that, and again, all the wins that he's had, half of those wins have come from the back of the field.
Right.
So,
in fact, I was doing my homework watching the last round that you guys had from Stafford. He had an incident that put him not just to 10th, it put him like to 17th, and he was still able to work his way through. It is really amazing what that guy can do.
Yeah, and it seems like here this season they've brought several new people along, and the fields have increased a little bit. We've got 19 modifieds this evening in this show, and that's going to be fun to watch here at Martinsville. As I was saying to Ernie, this is a place to come and make friends, and well, maybe some of these new drivers will make some friends with some of the drivers that have been around here for a while. John Hine, one of those guys that are new to the scene here. Brian Barden, David Loomis, all starting to kind of get their toes in the water here with the Bootleg Racing League, and Kurt Smith going to get a chance to compete tonight. So a lot of new names to watch out for. But you look at the top of the practice chart and you see some of the old favorites: J.R. Shepard, Matt LaVenture, Philip Temples looking there real good in practice, Jacob Williams, Matt Hoos. They're all there tonight, all up at the top of the board.
Now, we talked about this before. Jacob Williams has been around for a while. He just must miss the races that I've broadcast. I don't think I've had the pleasure to do too many with him, but he seems to be pretty competitive.
He's very competitive, and this is absolutely the type of track he likes, and Jacob could be a favorite this evening. I'm not going to pick him to win it because I'm not here to curse anybody, see?
No, you don't want to do that. One driver that I think, and boy, man, you should have, the commentator's curse was working great we were doing the 24. I could almost hear the fans and friends of the family say, no, get the camera off him. Lowell Jewell, somebody to keep an eye on here. His qualifying is just about done. Lowell slid in 5th in the points, and he's going to be starting ahead of all the guys that he's trying to catch, so that's going to be good. Lowell racing the 5 car. Seems like he used to race the 55. I guess he dropped a digit.
He did. Lowell, he hit a monumental moment in his life and decided that the 5 was better than 55. Soup,
okay.
If you understand what I'm saying there. But Soup, you know what? This practice session is over, and that can mean only one thing. It's time to throw down the grid.
Well, let's talk about it. We do have plenty of time. We'll go a row at a time. Philip Temples and Mike Holloway make up your front row.
All right, row 2 is going to be Lowell Jewell, the boss, going to start 3rd, and Matt Shinowski on the outside will start 4th.
And then John Holcomb going to be inside of row 3, and there's another Shinowski. This time it's the Tim version outside of row 3.
All right, row 4 going to go to Matt LaVenture in 7th. Donnie Moore on the outside will start 8th.
Junk Rubber Shepherd in the 9th position. Matt Hoos outside of him.
All right, row 6 is going to be Chip Dickert in 11th, and Brian Barden will start 12th.
David Loomis and Kurt Smith are going to make up the next row.
Jacob Williams, Ernie Brown on row 8.
Ernie Brown's got a couple guys behind him that didn't, they didn't, there are no qualifying times, but going to be back there. That's going to be Jeff Sharp. John, where are we going with this one? Is it Hine?
Hine.
Hine?
John Hine.
and Chris Wolfson. 19 cars. Is Chris going to get out there? Sure enough, 19 cars. Names on the grid, 19 cars on the track, Sean.
Yeah, they're, in fact, Brian Barton is getting that end of line for, we just got notification race control soup that he's having trouble with his pedals.
Oh, that's too bad. All right, take your last bite of your crock dog. Get a little bit of that potato salad in you, because you got plenty of time as we go around one more time. They fooled me. Well, that'll give us time to look at some of the liveries out there. You're looking at that number 19 car out in front. That's Philip Temples. And the Twix machine, the number 31, Mike Holloway. I actually did some racing a little bit in this series a few times, and Holloway was really picked up his pace because he was back there with me for a little while. Pace car is in. All right. Chug-a-lug, makes you want to holler, hi-da-ho! Philip Temples leads the Stampede down into the first corner. Holloway tucks into second. Lowell Jewell brings that number 5 car into third, Sean.
Yeah, nice start for Lowell. Matt Shinowski falls in line. Still battling up top back there, though. It's that's John Holcomb and Tim Shinowski stuck up on the outside.
Tim Shinowski is stuck up there. There's no room at the end right now as John Holcomb is going to get in there. Let's see if his brother lets him in. He says, come on, let me in. Mom's watching, give me a break. Not going to happen.
No, because Matt LaVenture is going to keep it down there on the inside. Oh, and Tim gets a piece of the wall up there. Got to be careful. Don't want to do that too many times. Matt LaVenture's got J.R. Shepard right behind him there. J.R. now into the picture.
A little bit hurt, some bumping and banging at Jeff Sharp, it looks like.
Kurt Smith gets around. Yeah, no, it was Kurt Smith. Makes contact with Jacob Williams coming off of turn 2.
Jeff Sharp got a glancing blow in the 49 just going under it. Watch those two get together. Also, the 17 involved in that one as well.
Chris Wolfson, unfortunately, Chris Wolfson's going to catch this coming by too. You'll see him there at the end, and we'll watch another angle of the replay here. On board with David Loomis, it'll all unfold right in front of him there. You see him side by side, Jacob Williams, and there the 6 is around a Kurt Smith, and the car gets up on its lid. Unfortunately, Soup, and he has to take a tow. That's going to cost him a lot of time.
Now, they get a fast repair, right? So the question is, will he be able to get that tow and get out there? Does he get to stay on the lead lap? I guess not. He's a lap down. But they do have the lucky dog, though, right?
Right. They do have the wave by, so he will get a chance to get back on the lead lap if he gets enough cautions. So we'll see here. He's already a couple laps down. So we'll see. We'll be getting back to racing here. Imagine the next time by, the lights will go out on the pace car.
Okay, well, the top 5 right now running in the same order that they gridded up. Temples, Holloway, Jules, Matt Shinowski, and John Holcomb. The only driver able to do a little swapping of positions is Matt LaVenture and Tim Shinowski, as LaVenture has the better of him, going from 7th to 6th. Brother Tim, 6th to 7th. Shepard up to 8th. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Shepard and Hoos managed to come along a couple spots back there for 8th and 9th, both up a spot. And so the field's starting to move just a little bit, Soup, and we'll be back to racing here pretty quickly.
Yeah, Shepard and Hoof have to be happy. They did quite a job. They managed to get around Donnie Moore. Moore's dropped a couple spots. Started in 8th position. I can only assume that even number probably didn't fare well for him when it went green. Not good to... If you had your choice, you'd probably want to start in 5th, then maybe even 2nd. Right now, the pace car is in. All right, Mike Holloway's job on the outside to see if he can get down in front of Lowell Jewell. Lowell, the veteran of this one's not going to make it easy on them. The 19 gets a good jump. There goes Phillips, but look at this. Lowell Jewell, sure enough, tucks right in behind him. Now let's see if the 5 car can keep it underneath. It does. Looks like Lowell Jewell's going to get 2nd. Holloway still stuck on the top side. Trying to get down in there now. The 69 machine. We want to see if John Holcomb can get in there.
Boy, the first 3 rows still side by side, Bill, as they head around the turn now. You've got Matt Shanowski, Matt LaVenture all cut up there up top. Looks like Matt LaVenture going to slip in behind Tim Shanowski. It was bumper cars there on the stop, or on the restart suit. They got really stacked up.
Yeah, Holloway finally able to get off the top side, drops down into third. Holcomb back there. Still going 2 by 2, though, a little farther back. That's Tim Shanowski on the inside. That's Matt Shanowski on the outside.
Boy, Philip Temple's really the big benefactor there on that restart. He is off to a pretty good pace here. Lowell kind of keeping everybody behind him there, but not able to do anything with the pace of Philip Temple's here early.
0.7 of a second. That's about all the gap you need. You do not need to put in a 3-4 second lead here. All you're doing is using up your stuff, and a yellow flag brings you back together. If you're out in front, you just want to do enough to mine the gap. And that's what I think Philip's doing right there, just finding his line, taking it nice and easy in that 19 machine.
Yeah, I'm already seeing Lowell starting to have a little bit of trouble with the turns, and that has brought Mike Holloway right up on him here. Holloway is now setting him up for a move. Holloway getting a nice run in, keeps it tight down there on the bottom, gets a nice exit off. Lowell Jewell gonna have to be really defensive here with that second place position to keep Holloway from taking it away.
And again, it's another characteristic of this series. If you're watching a NASCAR race and it happens to rain and there is no qualifying and they line them up by points, that always makes for a great race because you don't know how it mixes up. That's kind of what's going on here. Lowell Jewell, certainly a very good driver, but you don't know how he's sitting out there right now. He's only up in second position because that's kind of how he gridded. Right now, though, Holloway trying to see if he can get around him.
Boy, it really is a single file battle right now, Soup. Everybody line astern here all the way back to the end of the field. That's going to make it really hard to bring in any kind of rubber up on the top side, and Lowell Jewell gets really wide off of turn 2. Holloway now down to the inside, going to try and pull this move off.
Yeah, now Lowell has to hope that mistake's only going to cost him 1 position. Look at that, as the veteran ducks it right in between Holloway before anybody had any thoughts of getting in there. Interesting battle going on. Let's go back to 9th position. This is Hoos. No, it's Shepard in the 98, in the familiar 98 machine. Got to the inside of LaVenture.
Now he's got to try and hold it. LaVenture's going to keep fighting there up top. Not going to give him anything here. JR, look at that. LaVenture with a nice run there off the top. Going to drag race with him down to 3.
Doesn't look like Hoos has the setup today, as he's not able to even get back in there, even if that pass is made.
Oh.
I think Shepard's going to do. Look up in front of these guys.
Boy.
Oh, that's a car up high. Yeah, go ahead, John.
Matt Shanowski in the wall hard down the front stretch.
And we have a yellow. Oh,
Yeah,
we have Loomis spun.
That was from Loomis. I thought it was the contact with Matt Shanowski in the wall, but it was Loomis coming off a 4 suit.
Self-spin from the 91 machine. Gets it turned around. He's going to fall way back, though, to the back of the line.
Yeah, Soup, but he gets a little bit too far down under that yellow line and clips the grass. You're going to see it. We were seeing there on you saw on the replay there, and the grass is the culprit, and that gets the 91 around. It took him a long time to get that car turned around.
We're hearing the Jet Sharp has stepped away. Either he exited or
well, he's in the pit. I'm not sure why. I'll see if I can get you an update on that, Soup.
Now look what's happening here. Matt Shanowski, remember, he was the car that was up in the wall. He has brought it down into pit lane. I wonder if he's going to stop and see if he can get some either. They can do repairs, right, Sean? They just can't put on tires. But is he going to drive through?
Yeah, they can get that fast repair.
Yeah. He's going to come in. He's in there right. Yeah, I think. Well, I don't know if I didn't see him blink. I don't know if he took his new car or not. He's out there.
Oh, you know what? I think Jeff Sharp missed a shift on the caution there, and I think he popped a motor, Soup.
Ah.
Oh, and that was definitely the case. I see the smoke puff out from the car there, and the car was dead on the track. This was just as the pace car was coming out when the caution flag flew, and he has to take the tow around. Wow, that's interesting.
You know, I have raced. It's been a while since I raced in these. I don't remember shifting in these. Am I wrong on that, Sean? I guess.
Well, no, you're not. You're not shifting. You're certainly not shifting when you're getting around. It's only 2 speeds. But you know, on the caution there, I guess you'd want to shift to slow down. I'm not sure.
Yeah, when the pace car pulls in, I thought that was pretty much in my gear. Well, let's go ahead and run down where we are up front. Temple's out in front again. They're still running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 the same way they started. Let me correct myself. No, we give that. So Shinosky has made it up into 5th position now. Got around. Moves up from 6. Oh, look at that, Sean. Look who's on the outside of row 3. There he is, J.R. Shepherd. Here he comes.
Yeah, here he comes. He's in this fight now. He's inserted himself into it. A lot of tough customers here, though, on this restart.
LaVenture in that 18 car sitting on the inside of row 4 back there, looking for the opportunity to get that spot back. Okay, here we go. They're going to be racing lap number 25 as they come across the line. What a jump from Temples, huh?
Phil really checked them up there, man. They were stacked up all the way through the field.
Holloway and Jewell file in. John Holcomb going to drop into 4th position. That we worried about it. That 98 car's trying to make it work on the top side. J.R. Shepherd not thinking about dropping in behind anybody, thinking about making some momentum on the top. And look at that 98 car wheel.
There he goes. Wow, he's winning that fight. He's winning it. Low Jewell up in the middle of the track, really hurting his momentum.
Yeah, Shepherd actually had to stop his run because look at this. Lowell says, "No, I think you've gone far enough." He's got Shepherd pinned back there, trying to play a little bit of keeping him back.
Oh, we got to stay on this battle. JR is really trying to win this.
I think he could. The problem is the 5's not letting him. The 5's not letting him get far enough in front so he can come down. Now he can do it.
Wow! And there is an attack from the outside. I think we're going to see that again. Oh! Contact between LaVenture and Tim Shinosky.
He got it gathered up. I see him will stay green. That was Tim Shinosky. Good job from him.
Yeah, Tim, though, beats up the right side a little bit. Not seeing any major damage, but you never know how the suspension may be handling. Looks like he's gathered it back up. Here they come roaring down the straightaway.
Tim falls back into now, this is going to be 11th place, trying to make that up as he's working on Ernie Brown. Ernie Brown sitting in that number 10 spot right now, baby. Going to see him on the pole. No!
Ooh, Hoos is around off of 4. Might have had a little bit of help, and he hits hard.
Jacob Williams might have encouraged him to take that tight left turn. Watch Williams, the car behind.
Hoos was already out of shape. You're going to see it here. Car gets a little tight on him.
Yep.
Right down there on the apron.
Good job, Sean. You played nice defense attorney there for Jacobs. I put the blame on him, and I watched.
It was close.
No, you nailed it. That was some Gambino law going on there.
Well, we've had a few cautions to get things started here, but it's been a good race. And Philip Temples, hey, listen, that last restart, he really took it slow, nice and easy, and everybody was ready to go, go, go. Not Phil. He waited until the last minute, and then he drops the hammer and caused quite a stack up back there. Everybody needs to be patient and be on their toes here with this next restart, because there's no telling what Phil's going to do on this next one.
All right, well, now this has big picture ramifications here. You look at the driver in fourth, J.R. Shepherd. What he does is get 1 or 2 drivers, in each green flag run. But his nearest competition, Matt Hoos, well, he's run into problems now, and he's sitting back there in 17th. He's going to have to work just to score points.
Yeah, Matt's got a lot of work to do here. Now, he's got a lot of laps left to do it, but well, we've seen right now so far passing has been a premium, and J.R. Shepard's the only one that's proven so far that he can make that pass on the outside. He's going to have to do it here on this restart and get around Lowell Jewell. Lowell runs a little bit up the track. Not a fan of running it down there on the bottom. It could prove difficult for J.R. Shepard to get by him on the restart.
Yeah, the bad news for Shepard seems like every time, I guess it's bad news, maybe not for the way his car is running. Every time we get to a restart, he's on an even number. It has to start from the outside, but from what I've saw, this time he won't have Jewell blocking the way. He'll be on the outside of Jewell, and I think Holloway's going to try to tuck in behind Temples as fast as he can, so the high road may be open for J.R. Shepard if he chooses to try to make it work.
Yeah, and I'm expecting that on this restart. I really think he is going to attack Lowell with everything he's got, and Mike Holloway better get going quicker, better drop down in front of Lowell as quick as he can, because Holloway's going, or not Holloway, but Shepard is going to be on the move on this restart.
Tim Shanowski back there in what I like to call the Hamilton spot, back there in the 10th position. Not sure how strong his car is, though. There's been a few Shanowskis in the wall. Ernie Brown racing in 9th.
I believe the next time we come back, this may be Shanowski Speedway at the rate they're racking up real estate here.
Once again, Philip Temple shows him how it's done as he gets a great jump. Now this is interesting. This has allowed Jewell to get in there. Stuck on the high side is Holloway. Look at this. Now Shepard has decided to get down to the low side. He's going to sit down there in fourth behind Jewell.
And now Matt LaVenture is going to try to pull the same thing on JR.
Yeah. I saw how you did it.
Oh, boy, contact. Yeah, it was contact between the 16 and John Hine in the 75. Just a little bit of contact. Brian Barden.
Hine might have almost saved that, but then Chris Wolfson in the 17 gives him one little shot there at the very end, going around the outside.
Yeah, you know, Barden's car, you're going to see on the replay here, Barden in the 16 down on the inside. Car's going to kind of shoot up the track there. You'll see that here in the next turn. He's going to just kind of start to move up the track. Maybe gets a little bit too much of that curb down to the inside, and that gets him into Hine, spins him around.
Then Wolfson gave him the glancing blow as he went by. Probably would have brought out the yellow even without the little help from Wolfson. So, well, Sean, I guess the guys here at Bootleg thought that we haven't worked enough this Saturday. They're going to make us stay here for a while as the yellow flags are.
Yeah, they got us doing. They got us doing some laundry tonight, Soup.
They do.
Wasn't expecting to do the laundry yet, but that's all right. It's Martinsville, and well, just as sure as we've had several cautions now, we can also have a run to the finish here without one when we get restarted. I think we're going to have a fun race ahead. I'm real happy with what Philip Temples and Holloway have done up there so far. They've played this real smart. So is Lowell Jewell. But J.R. Shepard, I got to imagine, him, Matt LaVenture, they're getting pretty impatient. It's time to make a move towards the front of this race.
Well, let's hope somebody takes the yellow flags to family planning, because they are procreating right now. Let's get that done. Had enough of these. We have here 39 laps in, 60 to go as they come across this time. I guess Philip Temples doesn't mind. Seems to be working for him. He's been out front since the jump.
He'll take as many as cautions as he can get, as long as he is the guy on the pole when they start.
Because he certainly does have getting that car going here. Holloway's done a good job of holding on to second, even though he gets crushed from Temples. So they're going to start in the same order they did last time. Lowell Jewell inside of Shepard. LaVenture on the inside of row 3. I think LaVenture's car is fast, Sean. It's just you can't figure out the best way to get around the guys in front of him.
Yeah, he's been in just about every position to attack from here so far.
Round number 4 here in the Bootleg Racing League.
Yeah, see, they all weren't buying what Phil was selling that time. Everybody a little more patient. Nobody stacks up there.
Yep.
Good restart.
Temple's out in front. Uh-oh.
John Holcomb in the wall. Contact with Donnie. Oh, boy, that was Donnie Moore. Big wreck on the backstretch.
They continue to get in there. Loomis involved. Wolfson involved in it.
Yeah, it's contact between Donnie Moore and John Holcomb that starts that melee. Big contact for several cars.
Brian Barton squeezes by on the outside.
Let's see John Holcomb there on the outside in the 69. It's the black and pink car. Ernie Brown going to try and make it 3 wide. Oh, it's contact with Ernie Brown. It looks like that set that off there, Sue.
There goes Barton up on the high side. That's Shinowski. There's the Shinowski goes down into the wall.
Boy, Matt Hoos just escapes all of that, Soup. Might have gotten clipped on the right rear just a little bit, but he manages to get his SK modified through. Chris Wolfson, man, he can't catch a break. I think that's the second or third time the 17 car has gotten clipped as it was just coming through a wreck.
Well, they do have one fast repair, but at this pace, they're going to use those up. I got a hunch some of those guys have already used up their fast repair. There's a barbecue going on in pit lane right now. Who is that?
There sure is.
Oh, that's Tim Shinowski. That car is got the brisket cooking.
Yeah, and we're gonna throw a little bit of chicken on there tonight, Soup. I'm feeling a little bit of chicken. I think we'll roast a couple of yard strollers on there and have those ready by the end of the race.
All right, if I seemed a little bit casual last restart, yes. I was on replay, which means I wasn't up to date. Sean did his best job to cover for me. If you're playing the consumption game, go ahead. Soup made a mistake.
Soup, you had them falling out of their chairs over there in Germany here. I think lots of warm beverages were consumed there in Germany during the broadcast.
Oh my goodness, I can see all the cars at one time. The track is so small and the names are easy to pronounce.
How was the flight over, by the way?
Flight was good. Flight was good, of course.
Pretty quick, wasn't it?
People don't realize for full immersion, we simulate the flight over as well. iFlying, it's called. iAirlines. Sean has the deluxe version. He gets to fly in the better seats. Right now, a guy who is flying is Philip Temples. My gosh. Sean, have they been going to school on him? Can they get him figured out? Let's see what Holloway has to say.
Yeah, let's do it.
Nope.
Oh, Phil gets a nice jump there. Gets away.
Holloway has plenty of time, though, to duck down in. Jewell in third position. Now up on the top side, this is Shepard. Now Shepard is going to have to make this work this time because LaVenture is behind him. LaVenture's going to be a little tougher. He's not going to leave that room. Shepard either gets this done or he's going back to fifth.
Lowell Jewell not playing around either.
Nope.
He's not giving it to him. Lowell running a really, really nice tight line down there on the bottom.
Shepard could have tucked in. I think he's just being careful. I'm not sure if he wants to make the top side work. Now he's going to see if he can get his nose in underneath Jewell. Not going to happen.
No, Lowell kind of shuts the door on him a bit. Lowell knows who he's got behind him. He's not going to give JR an inch.
Now, if you haven't watched enough of these, as we are on the halfway mark now, just because Temples has been out in front the whole time, that doesn't mean he's going to be the fastest car when the checker flag gets close to falling down.
Yeah, I think Holloway is about to move him out of the way.
Yeah, Holloway may have just been happy. We talked about saving your stuff. I wonder if those restarts take anything out of you. I've never actually got to start from the pole very much to know.
Phil looks like he's getting back to it now. I think he realizes Holloway's not playing around back there, and he needs to be consistent with his laps here to keep Holloway in the mirror and not next to him. Lowell Jewell still doing a really good job back there in third. JR and Matt LaVenture have nothing for him here yet.
Jewell knows how to do this. He's going to try to hit his marks, get a good drive off the corner. Now this is interesting. This is a real shallow line. Did you catch that? The shallow line that Jewell took in there. That one I didn't like because that gave Shepard a great run to the outside.
It did, and Shepard's got the momentum right now here in the middle of the turns 3 and 4. Ooh.
Now Shepard has Jewell pinned down on that inside again. Look at Shepard dive that car and get it to turn. Talk about getting a car to rotate. They do a little touch. Uh-oh.
Yeah, Lowell's got the right rear of that SK Modified. Very angry right now. He's having trouble holding it down there. And look at the momentum lost by J.R. Shepard. That's going to give Matt LaVenture the position up to third.
And I think that right rear tire on the 98 car is screaming right now as he had that car really sideways going through there. The 98 car much better on the outside through 1 and 2 than he is on 3 and 4. So meanwhile, Shepard doing a good job trying to get in there. Jewell running in third. The two cars have pulled away out front, Temples and Holloway.
Boy, look at Temples go, man. Phil really hooked up this evening. Holloway, it's still hunting for that opportunity. It's not there. Phil just, again, really on it this evening. Really dialed in here at Martinsville. Oh, and we got Jacob Williams around. And that's going to bring out a caution. Might have had a little help from Ernie Brown. I'm not quite sure. I'm trying to pick it up on the replay now.
Yeah, you hate to put it in there. I'm looking to see if the car was getting loose before Ernie got there. I didn't see it. And boy, some other guys were caught up in there. John Holcomb, John Hine in that one as well.
Yeah, there was a big stack
Kurt
up right
Smith
behind that. Yeah, and several cars get caught up in that. John Hine, you said, Kurt Smith. Tough break for those guys because I know those are cars that definitely have been in for the repair already. We're gonna have some SKs that gonna probably have to finish this race with a little bit of damage suit.
While it's under yellow, we can go ahead as our director getting our picture back there. We can run down your order for Philip Temples and Holloway. Holloway tried to get away. Those two cars were separating themselves away from Matt LaVenture, Lowell Jewell. J.R. Shepard was stuck on the outside that last run. Tried to get up to third and ended up costing him a position. He sits now in fifth. Matt Shanowski, Ernie Brown might have been involved in that last incident up into seventh position. Matt Hoos, well, we saw him have trouble before. Remember we talked about him being way back and well, now he's only 2 spots behind Shepard.
He's back.
Yeah.
Matt, the consummate worker here in the SK Modified Series. Matt can wheel it, man. He's a very determined driver. He really is, and does a lot of great work here with Lowell in the series. And I understand there might be some dirt racing after we're done here tonight, Sue.
They're trying to get that figured out, and of course GSC is anxious to be there. Hopefully we can cover whatever they come up with. Have the boys been racing on dirt, Sean? How's it been going? Have you had a chance to go out there with them? I know.
Oh yeah. In fact, me and Chris and our director Joe Peak are running with him on Tuesday nights, and Chris, out of the three of us, Chris did the best last Tuesday night. I'm going to be honest. Joe and I unfortunately did not make the A main.
Yep.
We didn't race our way in, and Chris did, and he had a decent night at the track. We're really, really happy for him, but Joe and I will be back hungry this Tuesday night. Williams Grove, baby.
Joe Peak on an oval. That's like Tony Bennett singing disco. It sounds like a good idea, but do you really want it to happen? Joe coming over the mic saying he out-qualified all of these guys.
He did. He's awful fast, man. Joe's going to be a beast over there.
Oh, mercy. All right, here we go. The director has got to make sure that I'm up to pace right now. They're going to be working lap 64. Yeah, you've seen it before. Philip Temples gets the jump. Holloway tucks into second. LaVenture now in third. Shepard, look at the guy who got stuck. Finally, Lowell Jewell makes a mistake as he falls back to fifth. And here they come, Lowell.
He's still falling, too. Lowell did not get a good restart. In fact, Ernie Brown got under him now. Ernie trying to take that spot away. Lowell really, really not having any fun there right now.
Matt Shanowski behind them. Matt Hoos on the top side of this battle. They're single file up in front. The excitement starts farther back, what we're watching right there. Jewell finally gets clear as he drops into fifth. Sean, I think you've nailed it. I don't think that 5 car likes to stay down low.
No, not for long anyway. Really seems to beat up that right rear tire for him, and you see what happens. He moves up the track and starts to give a little bit of momentum to the cars behind him. Oh boy, was that Jacob Williams sliding all the way out of the turn back there. Jacob having a scary moment in turn 2.
And we got away with one. John Hine had a spin and it didn't go yellow. I'm really surprised by that as he's brought the car into pit lane. He nosed it right into the wall.
Yeah, we got another incident here. And boy,
this one.
Big one.
2 cars on its lid. One of them is Donnie Moore. The other one is Chip Dickert. No, let me see. Donnie Moore was not on his lid. My apologies. It was Kurt Smith.
Yeah, but I think that might have started all up in front of him with John Holcomb and David Loomis, actually, is where that, I think, originated, Sue. Yeah, Loomis and Holcomb were getting into turn 1, and there was a little bit of contact, and everybody behind them, no place to go.
Yeah. Worst case scenario, watch. These guys are in the front of this train that is all bunched up together. When those 2 cars get together, they basically block the track, Sean.
Yeah, they
there
do.
Is nowhere.
There's no time to react at all. You're at speed there, trying to make your way through the turn, and they just hit a wall. Boy, a tough night on the SK Modifieds. A lot of equipment being torn up out there. But it still keeps Philip Temples at the top of this field. Nobody getting a chance to make a run at him, Sue.
I just got a great idea for a series. What they need to do is have everyone put $30 in at the beginning of the season, and then you get that money back the cleaner you keep your car. What do you think?
I like that. It's a damage money system. I love it.
Well, I have notes here, but I just started. I should have used like the 4 down and then 1 across to check off these yellow flags. I honestly can't read how many there have been. Looks like 7 if I can read my chicken scratches.
That's all right, Sue. We're
We're so close.
We're gonna get this finish in. Philip Temples has really set himself up really nice here for a great finish tonight. He's gonna have just a little bit left to get this done. A lot of tension here. Mike Holloway up to the front. You know what, Holloway?
Yeah.
Starting to pick things up just a bit. You know, he's had some down times, but Holloway back up at the front of the field. And then you've got Matt LaVenture and J.R. Shepard sitting right there behind them. Can't do anything to get around him here. Lowell Jewell still in the mix. This is going to be an exciting restart.
The difference is, so many of these restarts for Holloway, he's had Lowell Jewell on that inside of row 2. This time it's a little different animal, as Matt LaVenture maybe be able to stay a little closer to Mike Philip Temples. We'll see here. Temples gets a good jump, not quite as good as we've seen before, but now let's watch LaVenture. Can he get inside? Can he keep that car stuck there? Oh, he's got a good run. This might be the bad news for Mike Holloway now.
Yeah,
and I think Shepard gets to choose a lane. He goes, I think I'll go behind LaVenture.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was about to say. JR decides to go ahead and go with LaVenture here. It's going to be Holloway stuck up top, but he's still making it work for now. No, and he doesn't get the runoff he needed there.
Just waiting for, he could have probably ducked it down in there. Now we'll see. Oh, look at the drive that the 98 gets this time. That is so bad for Holloway. That's just such a sad thing.
Yeah.
Up there, the car has been fast. Just the luck of the draw that he got caught on an even number with LaVenture behind him there.
Boy, and Phil better watch his mirror. He better get busy here, because now he's got Matt LaVenture behind him.
Yep.
Former winner at this track, looking for another one. All three of these guys former winners at this track. Philip Temples was a former winner here, right?
That's right. Yep.
Yes.
I think so.
I did the graphic. I should know, right?
Well, it's not like we haven't raced here 12 or 13 times before. They come around working laps 79. I've done this enough to know that I need to set up my partner here a minute, and about Holloway is having issues. And
yeah, he
yellow's
did.
Out.
It was contact with the curb on the inside that upsets the car in the middle of turn 3 and 4. It's just enough, too, to really just upset the car. It might have been a little wheel hop out of the left rear, just enough to get him out of shape. On board with him here. You see the... I'm sorry, we're on board with Donnie Moore. He had a separate incident. My bad, folks. Yeah, and he gets a piece of that curb too. Wow.
Yeah, my goodness.
They're killing the curbs tonight, Sue.
And poor Holloway, he doesn't have, there's drivers that have had handfuls of incidents, but they had him early, they're able to make their way up. He doesn't have any. The one he has is with 20 to go, and his night is pretty much ruined now. Well, Sean, I was just about to set you up for that time, but then they went yellow, so I'm telling you what I'm going to let you do. You're a veteran of this series. How about you call the restart here this time around?
All right, buddy. I will take that. You bet. Now, I am worried about Phil Temple's lead, though, right now, because look at the dudes that are going to be starting around him here when we get restarted. It's going to be LaVenture on the outside. J.R. Shepard right behind him, and Lowell Jewell still fighting up here in the top 4. Will start up on the outside. It's boy, Philip's got his he's got his work cut out for him here over these last what's going to be probably about 18 laps when we get restarted here, Sue.
Every restart that Temples has had so far has had the familiar car of Mike Holloway to his right. This time it's a new situation with Matt LaVenture out there. At a very hungry J.R. Shepard nipping at his tail from the 3rd spot.
All right, Jeff Sharp, you saw there getting the wave around. Oh boy, we're getting ready to go racing. I hope it's green to the end, Sue. It's the best. That's the best we can ask for tonight.
And LaVenture has to be worried. Not only that, Sean, if he can't make the pass work, he's got to be worried about losing the spot to Shepard, who's going to be back there right behind our leader.
Well, we get ready to get restarted here. The lights are off on the pace car. They are lined up side by side down the backstretch here. The NASCAR Sprint Cup Series backstretch, and they head into 3. The pace car is off. The lights are off. Let's get this party started. It's time to boogie, baby. Here goes Philip Temples. And he holds him up, and now he started down across the start-finish line. Philip Temples, he holds him up going on that restart, gets a nice jump out, and there goes J.R. Shepard still down on the inside. He is fighting with LaVenture, and they are stacking up behind him. Oh, the caution is out again.
And Lowell Jewell was crushed on that restart. I'm not sure where he's going to get to line up. This will be interesting. Boy. How do they decide this? Shepard was out in front, but do you get credit for where you are or is where you were on the last time past the start-finish line? Well, I think Shepard's going to get second spot.
Look at this replay here. The contact between Wilson, Donnie Moore, on board with Tim Shinosky. It's Donnie Moore just right up in front of him there. And you're going to see Shinosky, they get together, and then Shinosky keeps turning. Chris Wilson keeps turning up into the wall. Sorry, Mr. Shinosky. It's Chris Wilson. That contact, really, really bad. Cars all over the place, dashing, diving, trying to avoid it, Sue.
Yeah, I hate to sound a little bit jaded about looking at those replays, but after you've seen so many of them, you start to get used to it. Kind of like looking at the Grand Canyon. You look at it, oh man, that's amazing. Drive another 15 miles to get again. It's the same thing. Go to the Grand Canyon if you haven't been there.
Everybody should do it once, Sue. It's a beautiful scene indeed. But wait a minute. We're modified racing in Martinsville. How did we get on the Grand Canyon again?
Yes. Well, it's just I'm becoming a little those crashes in the back are losing their significance to me here. All right, Sean. Well, I let you call one and you screwed it up because they went yellow. So I'm taking it back.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it back. I relinquish it to you, Sue.
I was hoping that we'd change up and maybe we could go green. I thought it was me. Clearly, that wasn't it. So we got to wait for Kurt Smith to clear. But things have changed up a little bit because last time, or did they put? Nope, Shepard's going to be on the outside this time. This is interesting. Shepard's the only car that we've seen have anything work topside. He started in third last restart, and then LaVenture lost that spot because he was stuck on the outside of Temples. The big loser was Lowell Jewell. Actually, he was dropping like a pigeon. When the caution came out, it probably saved him because he was stuck up top. Coming across lap 89, we'll have 11 to go, 10 to go, I guess, when we go green. It's the Bootleg Racing League, the Lawrence Towing SK Modified Series, round number 4 from Martinsville. Home of the Trout Dog.
We get things sorted out here. The 6 will get the wave around. Philip Temples is going to get a chance to restart this race. I think he's going to restart it with 10 to go, Sue. I think this is going to be his last shot to win this thing. He's got to keep an angry J.R. Shepard and Matt LaVenture behind him. Matt Shinosky's got himself into the picture all of a sudden, back into this thing. He's been all up and down the field. Here we go, Sue.
10 to go. I call it like the beginning. Chug-a-lug, makes you want to holler, hi-do-ho. Let's bring it home green, boys. Philip Temple out in front. Shepard able to drop down into second. They're 2 by 2 behind with LaVenture on the inside, Matt Shanowski on the outside. Shanowski loses momentum. Lowell Jewell gives him a little hello. Sitting back there in 5th position, up in the wall. He's able to save it as the 21 of Matt Hoos. That's going to cost him a lot of positions.
No caution flag. Jacob Williams gets spun around in the back, but the battle is up front.
Up front.
J.R. Shepard.
Sorry, Sean.
No, go ahead, buddy.
Shepard had that peak on the outside, and now with a run on the top side. It's the 18 machine. Here comes LaVenture trying to make it work. Shepard down on the inside. Philip Temple say, I can't fend you both off when you're coming from high and low. I'll just try to hit my mark, do it by going fast. He's got to be hoping that Shepard and LaVenture slow each other down, and right now that's what's going on. Boys, you got to get it sorted out if you have any chance to get around Temples. Temples happen to see it. Now they get back in single file. The 98 machine drops down in second. LaVenture back in third. Matt Shanowski and Lowell Jewell.
Oh, Phil is fighting so hard here. I know he wants this win bad soup. He is not a former winner at this track. Looking for his first win here at Martinsville. He's got to do it for 6 more laps.
They're getting to the point of no return with 6 laps to go. If the yellow comes out now, maybe we have a chance for a 1-lap green flag run. I think, though, we are getting to the point where a yellow flag ends this.
Just don't be the yellow flag. Keep digging, Phil.
I know Matt Hoos wants to win this under green, and I think that's what we're going to get right now. As they work with 5 to go. Shepard with a run off of 2. He's going to look to the inside. Not going to happen.
Ooh. Phil closes the door on him.
They come around 4 to go, the 98 machine looking for somewhere to go. Last time he had a good run off of 2. He tried to tuck it in on the inside of 3. He has another good run off of 2. Is he going to take it high? Is he going to take it low? Here he comes to the inside. Shepard spies. Shepard tries. But Temple denies as they go around one more time. 3 to go as they cross the line. The 98 looking for any way around. He's tried it once, he's tried it twice. He gets another good run off of 2. This time he's too far back to even get a nose in there. Temple has to be feeling good about that. There's a slower car going in the pit lane. That's of no matter. They come around now.
2 laps to go.
2 laps left.
Come on, Phil.
Phil looking to hit his mark. Shepard tries to go wide, swing it up, see if he can get a good drive. Try to get a bite down into 3. It has been working going into 3. Let's see what he can get coming out of 4. He'll try a different approach. He has a pretty good run.
The caution's out. The caution's out. The race is over. The caution's out. The race is over.
Cowards. Ribbons around old oak trees and rivers in China. It's yellow.
Wow, and it was Donnie Moore getting loose off of turn 2. He gets into the 16. Let's go to the leader, though, and this incredible victory for Philip Temples.
As he comes across, Philip, I think he would have got it anyway. Under green, under yellow. If the flag was pink, I think you were going to be the winner. For the first time at Martinsville, Philip Temples is a winner. J.R. Shepard in second. Matt LaVenture gets third. Woo! Gotta love the Bootleg Racing League.
Yeah, baby. What a win for Phil Temples. So happy for that guy. He gets a big one tonight.
What we'll do right now is take a short break, but don't go far away because you want to talk with Philip Temples. We'll come back, run down the entire finishing order, do driver interviews, and close up shop. This is GSRC, back in a few. Welcome back to the Global Sim Racing Channel's coverage of the Bootleg Racing League. This is the Lawrence Towing SK Modified Series, and my goodness, round number 4 from Martinsville. It was a humdinger. Yeah, it was wire to wire, but it was not short of excitement, and Philip Temple gets the lead, fending off all comers. J.R. Shepard was one of them. He finished in second. Matt LaVenture was another one. He's going to get third. Matt Shinosky gets fourth. Lowell Jewell, we thought he was out of it. He was able to salvage the 5th place. Talk about a guy coming back. How about Matt Hoos? He was way at the very back. He's going to get 6th. Mike Holloway was running in second for most of the race. Finally got caught on the top side, and it didn't work for him. He's going to get 7th spot. Jeff Sharp, Ernie Brown, our pre-race interview, gets 9th, and then sitting in the Hamilton spot, going to be on the pole when we come back next week, Jacob Williams. Sean?
All right, and there we go. We go back to 11th place. It's going to be Donnie Moore tonight. Tough sledding for him. Brian Barton, 12th. Tim Shinosky going to finish 13th. Kurt Smith in 14th this evening. John Holcomb, 15th. Chris Wilson, 16th. Chip Dick, 17th tonight. David Loomis, 33 laps down, 18th. John Hine going to finish at the back here tonight, 19th, and 35 laps down. Soup. It's time to talk to an exciting winner, Phil Temples. Caught up, Soup. I know you've caught up with him in Victory Lane. Phil has got to be just really, really excited right now.
Phil, we've checked the records. This is your first win here at Martinsville. It was wire to wire, but we said when we were recapping the standings, it was not short of excitement. Man, they were coming after you from all angles.
Yeah, this is a good win here. You know, it's low budget, no teammate thing. Kind of hard, but we pulled it off tonight.
That's old school, baby. That's how we do it. Put the tires in the back of the pickup and come on in and race. Hey, how about restarts? Boy, you had that thing figured out.
Oh yeah, never give them the same one twice.
Now you had Holloway on the outside of most of those restarts with you. Then that last one was Shepard. That's the JR's the only car that we saw that could make the top side work, and he gave you a run there for a while.
Yeah, I like racing with JR. He's clean, no contact. That was an exciting finish. I think it was going to be real good if we would have at least got that last lap in too.
Early on, when you were clearly the fastest car, at least faster than Holloway, were you running at 100%, or do you worry just about, we talked about it, maybe you're just minding the gap, trying to save a little bit for the end?
Yeah, I just trying to stay out in front. Once I got a little lead, I just kind of rode there.
Well, man, yeah, it was wire to wire, but it was impressive. It was great to see you fended off all comers. Congratulations on the win tonight.
Thanks, man. We'd appreciate it.
Philip Temple's always good interview, Sean. Good to see him win. Who do you want to talk to, Sean?
I want to talk to J.R. Shepard. I want to find out. J.R. was the only option to just move him out of the way, just wreck him to get that spot.
It seemed like it was going to be that way, but Phil's a great racer. He's fun to be with on the racetrack, and he's always raced me clean, and I wanted to make sure that I was going to get a clean run on him, and thought I kind of had him set up for that last lap there, but the caution flew.
Man, and you just said it. You were getting that run set up. I really thought we were about to see a last-minute disappointment there for Phil, and that caution came out. But listen, what a great race, really, from the whole field tonight. I know it was a little rough out there, but in the end, man, we get a great finish.
Yeah, it was definitely fun tonight. The top groove never really came in, but if you did it just right, you could run out there for a couple of laps before the tires fell off, and I really think if we got a long green flag run there, the bottom side would have fallen off the pace a little bit, and we'd have had a lot better racing.
JR, let me ask you a question as Soup here. I've never raced competitively in one of these where there were yellow flags. I wonder, while you're racing and you're back there in third or fourth, do you look at your position and say, hey, I'm in an odd number, this is good, or I'm on an even number, I hope the yellow flag doesn't come now?
Yes, it definitely happens, especially with these double file restarts, and when you get on a track that's mostly single groove. And it really seemed like every time the caution flew tonight, I was in an even spot,
yeah,
which is where you don't want to be.
Well, man, it was sure impressive. Thanks for the good show. And with who's having a little bit of trouble, he was way back in the back, but he ran back up there, man. He's making it hard on you. You'll have the points lead, but it's a tough competition for that championship.
Yeah, Hoos is going to be really tough this year, and Matt LaVenture's still very tough and strong. So, it's still a long way to go. Points will work themselves out. Just try to run up front every week.
All right, Junk Rubber. Good luck. Good luck to you the rest of the way. Sean,
right.
Anybody else?
Yeah, Soup, Matt LaVenture, our third place finisher this evening, gets a podium. He was in the middle of all that action for most of the evening. Matt, how you feeling, buddy?
I'm feeling good. Yeah, I was a little bummed. I thought we had a good car, and that I wish we would have stayed green. Maybe we would have had a shot at doing something if they those two got into a fight there the last couple laps, but it just doesn't work that way.
I'll tell you what. That top side did seem to work just a bit. There was a lot of battling going on up there. You found yourself up there quite a bit.
Yeah, I had it work a couple times when the bottom side was bottled up a little bit, but when the cars were running free, you could get beside somebody, but it was really hard to pull it off.
Well, it's another good run for Krankenstein Racing this evening, and in your number 18 ride, and this result going to give you another good points night. This championship is well within your reach, sir.
Yeah, I don't know. For me personally, I think I'm going to end up missing one race, being on vacation. But you got to finish so well here. JR is such a awesome guy to race with, and actually the whole field has had their fast nights. And Hoos is doing really well. He had a good comeback tonight. So I don't know. Losing these points one at a time hurts, but maybe we can. I just can't find the click this season to get a win put together. But we'll keep trying and figure it out.
Well, we'll see you next week, and you'll get another chance to crack it open and see if you can get yourself to the top step of the podium. Matt, congratulations again. Have a great evening, sir.
Thank you so much.
All right, Soup, that was Matt LaVenture, driving the number 18 Krankenstein SK Modified, and tell you what, great podium this evening. That's three guys battling, but Phil Temple's the big surprise winner tonight.
I hope Chris is doing well when he's off to on assignment. I'm sure glad to fill in for him. I love doing the Bootleg Racing League. I want to thank the title sponsor, Lawrence Towing. They service Lawrence, Indiana, and neighboring communities. Remember, if you find yourself in need of a tow, Lawrence Towing is the way to go. Crackers?
All right, buddy. And we want to also thank the Virtual Grip Network. It's a blog devoted to news from the world of iRacing. At virtualgrip.net, you can stay up to date on what's happening at iRacing and keep up with the top World Championship Series, including the Blanc Pond GT Series, the NASCAR Peak Antifreeze Series, and the World Championship Grand Prix Series. Virtual Grip Network iRacing news and reports. Find them at virtualgrip.net, and you can also find them on Facebook. Just type in Virtual Grip.
Thanks to the Bootleg Racing League for organizing the Outlaw Modified Series and contracting with GSRC to broadcast it. For more series information about the Bootleg Racing League, try facebook.com/Bootleg Racing League or bootlegracingleague.com.
And we also want to thank the companies, equipment, and software that you see on the screen now and that we use on our broadcast. The original music you've heard on today's broadcast is thanks to Eric Ekholm and Casey Lalonde. See the screen for how to contact each of them.
Break out your Elvis, because it's Viva Las Vegas. The Bootleg Racing League Modified Series returns next week, April 29th from the Bull Ring. Chris Scala will be back in the booth with Sean. I hope you are there as well.
Yeah, and speaking of Chris, we do want to send our best to Chris. Actually not on assignment tonight. He was called away on some family business, and we certainly wish him our best here. Absolutely. From GSRC, and we look forward to seeing him back here in the booth next week. But if you'd like to find out more about GSRC, such as upcoming and archive broadcasts, or to schedule GSRC to broadcast an event of your own, your best bet is the GlobalSimRacingChannel.com. How many times have I done that? We're also on Twitter at GSR Channel and Facebook. Just type in Global Sim Racing Channel. You'll find us.
And finally, on behalf of the man I'm sitting in for, Chris Scala, my partner right now, Sean Ambrose, our director, Joe Peak, and our camera artist, Dougie Beard, I'd like to thank all of you for watching. And now, with the housekeeping out of the way, we're going to go off and have fun, storm of the castle. So until next time, race clean, race hard, and we'll see you on the track.